The battle for the removal of Mnangagwa has heated up big time, family. Now the two camps of ZANU-PF are coming out and they are lambasting each other so outright, so loud on social media, like what we've always been saying, that they are going to be coming on social media and attacking each other like nobody's business. And that's exactly what we are seeing happening. We've reached that time, we've reached that season that we've always spoken about. While we are seeing Comrade Geza and the War Veterans Association, that side, General Chiwenga also looking on their side, the army definitely is on their side too, although they have not yet come out to speak clearly their position. I'm sure they won't even need to speak. They will simply act. We are simply waiting for them to act. But we are seeing also a group, another side of those that are supporting Mnangagwa, from the ZANU-PF youth to the provinces, to the meetings that are being held all over, young women for ED and stuff like that, including another clique or cluster of war veterans again that is calling themselves again War Veterans Association, with Douglas Mahiya there on that side. And we now hear the kind of language that is being spoken is now becoming very rogue, very rogue. We heard Matuke saying that we don't care about the constitution, or it's not hewn on stone. Just imagine. And then now again, the same kind of language is now becoming more and more common. Now we hear Douglas Mahiya saying that we can tear down the constitution if it does not say what we want. Imagine, these are people that have always been saying, always, we fought the war to bring Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has a constitution. The constitution is respected, is protected. Even the military, when they spoke on 2017, their argument was that they are protecting the legacy, and they were protecting the constitution, with General Chiwenga holding the constitution in his hand, saying that we are there to protect the constitution. The military is there to protect the constitution. But now, under Mnangagwa, that language has changed. It seems like the war veterans that are on Mnangagwa's side, who happen also to be part of the military, because they never really separated this, but are now coming out to say a different language altogether, differing with General Chiwenga, who are saying our job is to protect the constitution. Now these ones are saying the constitution does not matter. Can you see that they will say what they want is according to what suits them, not according to the reality that is on the ground. But this is very sad. If Douglas Mahiya comes out and say we can tear down the constitution because it says what we don't want, I don't understand what that means, because who is it that we're saying what we don't want? Who are these people? Because the people that put that constitution are a combined effort of all Zimbabweans. So how can we have a small number of Zimbabweans now who stand in some corner and say that we don't want that constitution? It's not saying what we want. Who are they more than the majority of the Zimbabwean people? So it's quite sad and unfortunate. And we have another group that supports Mnangagwa that is running away from the issue of the constitution and the referendum, and are saying, no, we are only dealing with extension of term, which does not need the referendum. Things like that. Just imagine. So they're trying by all means to look for a better way to come out of this. But whichever way Mnangagwa wants to use to achieve what he wants to achieve, he wants to achieve is what is not wanted. So whichever means that Mnangagwa might want to use, is going to face the same consequence, the resistance that is coming from Zimbabwean people, from the war veterans, from General Chiwenga and his faction, and of course the military, although they are still underground. So let's just hear the hogwash that has been said by Douglas Mahiya, which is very shameful to hear a man who is supposed to be protecting the interests of Zimbabwe speaking in this manner.
It must be known that ZANU-PF is at the midst of a war, and the strategies that are coming up, conference, is to try and defeat the enemy, because the struggle continues. And as you start before Nikaisa Chapo, kana wakada kutaurira nyaya yeconstitution seswa mawo veterans vakanidza kutika tinokutaurira kuti takataurirana hapana mumwe veteran asingazvi kuti kana constitution isiri kutaura zvatoda tobharura tonyora ine.
Just imagine what kind as Zimbabweans, I think we need God. We need God. The level to which the devil has entered into our country, and the level to which we have lost, thrown in the dustbin, all morals, is so alarming. Look at their faces. Look at how they say lies through their teeth with a straight face, with some seriousness, as if what they are saying is really what it means. It is just very wrong. This is wrong. These are the same. This is not the same language. This is not the same Mahiya in 2017 who was speaking like this. You still remember Mahiya before he started growing cheeks and a bull's neck? He used to complain and saying the war veterans have to come out of ZANU-PF and become independent. It's not very far. I think it was last year, somewhere beginning there of last year, until he was brought into the feeding trough. And now hear him speak now. He has changed his language. He's no longer that Douglas Mahiya who was hungry. Look at how fat he is. So now he's enjoying the feeding trough. He has thrown away all his other comrades, comrade Geza, who are still speaking the language of how things must correctly be done. Very shameful for us. This greed and selfishness that has entered Zimbabweans really is what is destroying our own country. I wish we can wake up from this deep slumber and we realize that we are killing ourselves. We are killing our nation. We are making life difficult for ourselves. And it's not nice to live in a country of arguing, of fighting, of pulling, shoving and fighting. It's not right. And nothing works after all when things are moving that way. For what then?
It is our constitution. We make our own constitution. We are not deriving our constitution from the Roman Dutch law. We are creating our own. We are a sovereign state. We do zvatinonzwa kuti ndozvinoitira vanhu vedu zvakanaka.
Zvatinonzwa ndozvatakanyora, you fool. Zvatinonzwa ndozvatakanyora zvacho muconstitution macho imomo yauri kutaura kuti haichina basa because we came together tikati ndozvatinoda semazimbabweans. Iwewo wakubva nekupi without consulting the rest of the group. You can't, kana mchiti we, I don't know who they are talking to. Ndosaka mchiti whenever you're talking about yourselves, only a small group of people, of thieves that are stealing with Mnangagwa. And you don't want every other Zimbabwean to become Mwene. Shame on you.
Americans or British or any other people. No.
That constitution was not written by Americans or Britain. It was written by the Zimbabwean people. What Americans are you talking about? Don't just, gallivant, man. Speak academic. I'm going to go to mazita wherever you want to just fit in names. My Americans and my British are upinda paper constitution that was written in the absence of Americans and British. Jaganyor one of Zimbabweans only. Hapanakana one American who was there who influenced the writing of that constitution. Don't be funny.
So I wanted to make it clear that the War Veterans League, my war veterans, my war veterans, I want to repeat this. My war veterans, we will stand with the president. We will stand with resolutions Iran. I hope the president requests Yakaitwa Iran. You will not turn that down.
Who doesn't know that Mnangagwa is the one who started this thing and he's the one who is whispering in your ears? And you can't even see what Mnangagwa is doing. He's destroying ZANU-PF. Makatarisa muri destroy party. Look at how divided you are now. Mnangagwa is destroying ZANU-PF. Mnangagwa is destroying Zimbabwe. In the meme, you fools, because you think you are not seeing the consequence and the outcome, the final consequence which is coming from Peru.
Because people spoke, and he said in one of his addresses, the people's voice is the people. The voice of the people is the voice of God.
Look at how he's confusing himself. Shows that you have confusion in that big head.
Saka, this is my own veteran. Those are took I hope anyone else who had the question about this subject.
Shame. What Mnangagwa has caused and what Mnangagwa has done to our country is pathetic. This is the situation on the ground, family. We need prayers. We need God to intervene. Our country has gone to the dogs.